I'm going to tell you a story about my town. It was years ago, and there was a corrupt man called Ronnie van der Putten, and he bought a building in front of our train station, and he left it there to rot. And eventually they demolished it, and they put a fence around it, and it remained a rotten tooth in our city, the Gap of Van der Putten. Now one day, some 4 years ago, two guys stood in front of it and asked themselves, what can we do to make this public dump into public space again? They were called Jeroen and Gijs, and they started fantasizing. Jeroen had found out that Leiden had a lot of unused potential, and that was their citizens. He had calculated that Leiden's labor force had one of the largest percentage of creative professionals in the Netherlands, and the problem was they were invisible. They just slept in Leiden. What would happen if they could mobilize all of them to use their creativity, their expertise, their professional expertise to make Leiden the greenest, nicest, smartest, most creative, best place to live in the whole world? And here's their secret. They did. They invited everyone they knew or would like to know to an event called the City Summer Nights Dream. The City Summer Nights Dream was a place where people came together to brainstorm about our city. And that was where stadslab, CityLab started to live. On the 21st of June 2009, more than 200 people came and brainstormed about our town. And since then, 3 years ago, almost 20 projects started to come to life. We made a book about squares in Leiden. We have 60 of them, and we made a book about how, by simple measures, we could make these squares better for everyone. A yearly magazine was made about art and science and the combination between the two, and the third one will be published next month. We made plans for a swimming pool in one of our canals. And that project failed, but it failed with flair. And we put art in our empty shopping windows, and we are making plans for a street that's near here that's been a disaster for years, and we are making plans for absolutely the best park in the whole world ever, and the longest park in the Netherlands. Almost 1,000 people have let stadslab know that they would like to contribute to the well-being of Leiden. And the key ingredients were there from the beginning. stadslab is local, and Leiden has a little bit more than 100,000 inhabitants, and that's the perfect size for success. We are small enough to meet each other on our weekly market, but we are big enough to have every possible talent available. And stadslab is a network of doing things. Someone has an ambitious idea, and he invites others to attribute to that idea, and it's just doing things that makes the movement happen. And we all have a very positive attitude towards our community. We look for the things that can be done, the professions people bring along, and the talents people have. And we therefore are really social entrepreneurs. And people find that very attractive. Stadslab is very, very sexy. And we are a network of whole people. We connect on a personal level, and we invite people, whether they are architects or accountants or artists or craftsmen or teachers, parents, neighbors, civil servants, all of the above, to connect and juggle with their heads and never cover half of who they are. Always bring everything. We invite and connect, and stadslab is therefore a switchboard. It is a switchboard between people, but it also is a switchboard between our public institutions of the past and our public institutions of the future, because we connect the people inside the institutions and outside the institutions. The juggling with our heads gives us the experience and the knowledge about the thriving force of public institutions, and that's the people that's working in them. It is our fellow townsmen. The local connection on a personal level gives us back connection with the institutions. And I personally love institutions, and we need them. We can't do it with individuals alone, but don't we all feel a lack of connections with our public institutions? And the only solution for that is personal connection with the people in them. And we all feel really alive because we don't have to ask permission to make our city an even better place to live. It's doing it that is doing it. And we have very ambitious ideas and very ambitious goals. But the beauty is, StadSlab is definitely not unique. In every city in the Netherlands, but also in the rest of the world, initiatives like this are there. Join them. And if you can't find them, just start one yourself. Think big, value the small, and bring everything you have. Take all your hats, juggle with them, and make very, very positive things happen. Make better cities. I hope you join me. Thank you.